Yeah, Mason. What's that? What? What's your question? Just ask. Because I bet you other people have the same question.
We was just checking this number too.
Okay.
So if we got over that, would we do -1?
Okay, hang on a second. You're going to help me with this one. Let's get, okay, we already kind of did one. Who can tell me what we're going to write here? Say it again. Addie, why don't you tell me what we're going to write here for point slope form?
Like the equation?
Yeah.
Like y plus 1 equals that?
Well, we're on this one.
Oh, for the first one?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, y minus 4 equals 3.
Hang on, sister. Okay.
3 parentheses x plus 3.
Okay. Is everybody good with that? Is everybody okay? You sure? All right. Now, Mason. Put this one in point slope form. Go ahead.
Y plus 1 equals -2 and x minus 1.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Now, do you guys remember slope intercept form? It looks like this. So we're going to solve for y, right? Okay, what was your question, Mason?
So like when you do -1 on each side, well, when you distribute first, it's
Yes.
-2x plus 10.
Yes. So we have this. That's exactly right. You guys right? Agree with them? We distributed over there. And then you -1. Okay, on both sides. What can you -1 with on the right side? Just the what? You can't mess with this, right? Because they're not like terms. So I'm going to -1. So I got y equals this. Okay? Now, guys, just remember, if you have 2 points, like if we had to get the slope first, using y2 minus y1, it doesn't matter what point you get after you find the slope to put it in point slope form, because you're going to get the same slope intercept form no matter what point you pick. Okay? All right. I don't know where he is with the cup. He must be writing them out by hand. Was this the homework, guys?
Yeah, the odds is 13 and then 14.
Whoa. Where is she? Oh, is that Maya saying that or Ava? Ava. All right. Let's just check some of these out while we're waiting for them. Okay. Maddie, tell me this one in point slope form. Number 1. Go ahead. I'll write it out. Hang on a second, honey. Y minus 1 equals
2 and then x minus 2.
Nice job. Is everybody okay with 1? Does that make sense? Now, guys, see if this makes sense. Since both my x and y were positive, they're going to be what in my point slope formula? Both what? Negative. Right? Both negative. Okay. Maya, help me out with 3. Go.
Y minus 4.
Careful. It'd be minus a -4. So it would turn to +4. Do you see why?
Yeah,
It's opposite.
that equals -6.
Parenthesis?
X minus 7.
Yes, ma'am. Remember, the slope doesn't change. Sign. It stays whatever it is, plus or minus. Okay, now. 5. What would this be, 5? Let's see. Who would I? Tell me. Allie, what do you get?
I was confused.
You were confused, Allie.
Yeah.
Well, what's my y?
Yeah.
Okay, so we could write this. I thought you were writing them out by hand.
Copy wouldn't work.
So you had to put the mechanic on and get in there and do some wrenching?
I didn't know. I went over to the guys and used theirs.
You drove down to Lake Elementary, made the copies. Okay,
You got it.
where we at? Ellie. Okay, now, we're going to come back to this. We don't want to leave the y minus 0, but let's just put it in. Go ahead, Ellie.
All right, here's your answers.
-3.
And what's in parentheses?
X
Minus what?
5/6.
Now, guys, on this one right here, we don't want to write y minus 0. Just do what with it? Just go y equals. And you know that if you see this in point slope form, because this side's in point slope form, you know my y must have been 0. All right, check them over. See which one you guys have questions on.
I'll get the homework. And yesterday's homework too?
Yes,
Get that too?
yes, I did not check it. I didn't see your grade book.
Because I took it. Hey, I'll take look at yesterday's and today's homework. Today is Wednesday. Yesterday was Tuesday.
I would gladly pay you for a hamburger today. Or was it Tuesday for a hamburger today?
Oh, nobody in here does.
Who was that? Wimpy? Wasn't that Wimpy?
From Popeye.
I remember watching the old Popeye ones. Do you remember Wimpy? He'd pay you next week for a hamburger.
All
today.
right, what you got? Is that today? You got either of them?
Guys, please circle the ones you do not understand.
All right, once we get out of this, we can do this. Because all right, you got yesterday's too?
Yesterday's on video.
Yeah. Yeah, page 191. And hold on, let me see that. 1, 2, 21. Okay. Yeah, we'll.
Does anybody have any questions? 7. What'd you have to do? 7, 9. How, is 7 okay? How's 9? Okay, now we had to do the extra step and put these in slope intercept. How you doing on 9 and 11? 9 and 11, yeah.
Do you have to put them in slope intercept?
Yeah, it said right here. See how it said right in the equation and what? So put it in point slope and then put it in slope intercept. Now, do you guys understand why you can't put it in slope intercept right away? Because you don't know the y-intercept. Does everybody see that? You don't know the y-intercept, so you have to put it in point slope first, then change it to slope intercept.
Good, thank you.
Okay? Yeah, 9 and 11 should have been in slope intercept. Does anybody have any questions on how to do that? You good? Maya, you want to see one?
Yeah, you need to do
Which one?
just any of the ones where they had to go.
To slope intercept?
Yeah, so you got to get the slope and then go
All right.
all the way to slope intercept because a lot of them are just stopped.
Well, we just did one on the bell work. I made him do the second one and put it in slope intercept after we put it in point. All right, let's do 11, guys. Lindsay, you having trouble with it a little bit?
Yeah.
All right, Lindsay, you're going to help me do this. First thing we do, now you can kind of, you know what, this one you can kind of see where the y-intercept is, but sometimes you can't, okay? So, what's my slope, first of all? Just count. What do you got? It's going to be a negative slope. It's going to go what, Lindsay? Down what?
Down to over 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, right? What's that reduced to?
Got
I
to.
got it.
No, it's not 4 over negative 2. It's negative 2 over 4. So it's what?
Oh,
Well, what though? What kind of 1 half?
Positive 1 half?
Mm-mm.
Negative?
Well, where's the line going?
Down.
Down to the right, so it has to be a negative slope. So my slope here is this. Is that. Okay? Now, guys, if you didn't know slope intercept, how to turn it, we did it in bell work. I'm going to do it again right here. Okay, now, pick one of the points, Lindsay.
-2, 2.
Okay, she's going to pick this one right here. Now, does it matter which one you pick, guys? No, it does not. Okay, she picked this one. So yours might look a little different if you picked -6, 4. Okay, Lindsay, we want to take this point and that slope and put it in point slope form. So go ahead. Just tell me what you think. Okay, it's y. This is my x. This is my y. That's my m. So it's gonna be y what?
Y minus Y1.
Well, it's okay. It's y minus 2. I'm just gonna plug it in. Equals what?
Negative 1/2.
Parenthesis x.
X plus 2.
Okay, now that's point slope, right? Now distribute this over here. Bring this down. What's negative 1/2 times x? Just put them together. You don't need your calculator. Just put them together.
You said negative
1/2 times x. Just put them together.
Oh, 1/2 x.
Don't forget the negative. Now, what's half of 2?
1.
1, but it's going to be a what kind of 1?
Negative 1.
There it is right there. Okay, how do you finish this off? How do I finish it off? Go ahead, Mace.
Plus 2 on each side.
Plus 2 on both sides. This cancels. Y equals negative 1/2 x. And what is that? Plus 1. Guys, go back here. Okay, this one it does. You can see where it hits. It is 1. And my slope is negative. Kind of makes sense. Okay. We had to do slope intercept for these. Which ones did you guys? I'll do one more of those. Which one do you guys want to pick down there? What'd you have to do? 13, 14, 16? Pick one. Oh, pick one. 14. All right, you got it. Okay, now, do I know the y-intercept? I don't know the y-intercept or the what? Slope. I need to put it in point slope. So how do I do this? I need to get the what first, guys? I need to get the slope, right? What's the slope formula? Y over. Guys, if you didn't have this, write it down. That's the only way you're going to get it.
Pardon the interruption. At this time, we would like the following groups and clubs to report to the main chair.
Second period math club.
Middle school team club, baseball club, 7th and 8th grade book club, middle school and high school American Sign Language Club students, middle school fellowship of Christian students,
So let's see.
and that is also high school fellowship of Christian students. Please go to the main gym now for your group picture.
What do you remember?
Thank you.
Paintball? How did you get that? They didn't give it to you. See what I had to do? I had to
Paintball. All right, let's see. Jeff.
Yeah.
We're working on this one. Set up the slope. Let's get the slope. How do I do it?
It would be. You show me your work. Okay.
1 minus negative 2.
What's turns to what? Does it turn to that?
13, 14. Wrong. And then that gets
Right. 1 minus a negative 2 turns to 1 plus 2, right?
Yeah.
All right, and then we got to do what?
12 minus 6.
There you go. Keep going.
It'd be 3 on the top, and then 6 on the bottom.
What's that reduced to?
1/2.
Okay, guys, here's my slope.
Yeah.
Is everybody good? Now, does it matter? Whoops. Does it matter which one I pick to put in point slope form? No. I would probably pick the one that does not have negatives. That's just me. Okay? Does everybody have a problem picking 12-1? Okay. Who wants to put 12-1 with the slope of 1/2 in point slope form? Juan, thank you for volunteering. You're amazing. Go.
1 minus 1 equals 1/2.
Okay, look.
And then,
Parenthesis.
yeah, then x minus 12.
Nice job, Juan. Okay, he's 100% right. Is everybody okay with that? Now, what do we have to distribute on the right side? Taryn, go ahead. Distribute the what? Okay, so bring down the y minus 1. What's 1/2 times x? Just put it together. What do you got? What's half of negative 12? Okay, now what, Taryn? Finish it off. One small step left.
The next time is 0. Okay. You got the one from the day before.
So y equals what?
Okay, so those you can do. But you have to show me what.
Okay? Yes?
Yeah. Once you hand out, you gotta know, so I want to get so they have a little bit of time to do their homework. All right, I know I didn't get it to a couple of you, Ellie. You got yours? Oh, you were absent. You were have the stuff that was due yesterday.
Yeah, but I think I left it at home. I was looking at it yesterday and
Whoops.
just like trying to figure
Sorry
something
about that. All right, I'll need it tomorrow.
out. Okay, I'll bring it tomorrow.
Yeah, you got yours. And mine.
I was like, we'll do that. Where is it? It's like- Did you know the origin Monday? Yeah, so I was just kind of trying to do
Everything being recorded?
Not yet.
Oh, it is.
Oh, it is? Yes. Yes.
Where's your YouTube? You guys get yours?
Okay. All right, take a look at, first one here. We are not going to do really anything different. For this, it's just presented in a different manner. Okay, it's going to end up being exactly the same. It says write a linear function. All right, a linear function will be f of x, and we're going to want this to be in slope-intercept form when we're done. Okay, so in the end, we want f of x to be in this mx plus b form, and we'll go through that. This is really 2 points. F of 4 equals -2. That is the point for -2. You plug in the 4 is your input, the -2 is your output. Okay. F of 8 equals 4. 8 is your input. 4 is your output. I got 2 points. We are still going to use the y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1 to start with. We're still going to do that. And we're going to pick a point, but what do I need first? Okay, what do I need first?
Slope.
I need the slope. Remember how to get it?
Yeah.
All right, tell me how to go about that, Alex.
4 plus 2.
All right, good. You kind of did that in your head. It's 4 minus -2, which you make plus. If you want to do that, that's fine. I'm going to write -2 here, minus a negative for me. And then what's on the bottom?
8 minus 4.
All right, good. So he knows 4 minus -2 becomes plus. So that's 6 over 4. All right, reduce that. Reduce that. What is 6 over 4 reduce to? Austin, let me know.
1/5, which is
Wait, where'd you get? You reducing that?
Yeah.
To 1/5?
yeah, I subtracted it.
Okay.
Divided it.
All right, so when you divide it, 6 divided by 4.
You got 1.5, I think.
Oh, 1.5. We want to keep it as a fraction for right now. Keep it as a fraction on that one. Mason?
1 and 1/4.
I don't want it as a mixed number. Actually, it wouldn't even be. How'd you get 1 and 1/4? Is that what your calculator said?
It'd be 1 2/4, which is 1.5.
Yeah. I'm trying to see. Did you do it on your calculator?
No.
All right. So it should be 1 2/4 because you got 2 difference here. So Addie? What do you think it's going to be?
1.5.
All right.
Guys, leave it as a top-heavy fraction.
Gavin.
For the love of humanity.
3 over 2.
Okay. Now, and we have a little bit of a misunderstanding here. What we want to do is when we do rise over run, there will be a few instances where we can keep it as a number, but we want to keep it as a fraction, not a mixed number. When I say mixed number, like a 1.5 is a mixed number. So just make that 3 over 2. Reduce it because 2 goes into 6 3 times, 2 goes 2 into 4. Because that tells me my rise and it tells me my run right there. I go up 3 units. I go over 2. 1.5, that's a little bit harder to graph. So we keep it as that fraction. Now from yesterday, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Okay, Alex.
You pick one up.
Which point you want to pick?
A4.
Yeah, I would use the 2 positives. I agree with Mr. Parker. I'm always picking both positives, and then I use m equals 3 halves. Right, what goes where, Alex?
Y minus 4
Good.
equals 3 and then x minus 8.
All right, so we're going to do this. Now, that's your point slope form, which a lot of you just stopped on your homework, and we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going to get y by itself because I got to write it as a function. So distribute your 3 halves. So I got y minus 4 equals 3 halves times x is just 3 halves x. Use your calculator. What's 3 halves times negative 8? Okay. What do you got?
Maybe 12.
Yeah, negative 12. It comes out to a nice number. It is a negative 12.
Guys, does anybody know how to do that kind of in your head mentally?
No.
Okay, just go 3 times negative 8. Because really you're going 3 halves times 8 over 1, right? What's 3 times negative 8? Negative 24. And then divide it by 2. You see what I'm saying? There's your negative 12.
Take the 2 top numbers, multiply them together, divide it by that bottom number. That'll work. Like you can do that. I mean, it's good to have that how to do it in your head. Calculator can be a check. Okay, so you'd be able to do that. Now, am I done, Jeff?
Hard part's done, right?
No. I'm not done. What do I still got to do?
I don't know.
Is the y by itself?
Oh, no.
No. So how do I make the y by itself?
Add 4.
Add 4. Okay, now you add 4 to the 12, and so you get y equals 3 halves x minus 8. Y equals 3 halves. Now, here's the big deal with the directions for this one. Everything is correct, but they asked me to write this linear function out. Okay, this is just dealing with a little bit with just terminology and understanding what they want. All you have to do is then make this f of x equals 3 halves x minus 8. Okay, f of x equals 3 halves x minus 8. Okay, for that. All right, let's do another one together. Now, you got that one right above you. We are doing absolutely nothing different. Like, this is just following the format. Okay, doing nothing different in terms of this problem. So how do I go about this? Okay, follow the format. Zach, what do I got to do?
You can put them in the points, so it would be 8, make 1,
And?
and 6, 0.
Okay, I put them into points. Got it. So as you look at, that's why you have to write things down, because you're going to forget. That's why I write a grocery list. I forget. Then I go to the store and it's on there. Okay, so this is your grocery list, how to do the next one. All right, now from here, what do I got to do? What's still left to do? Abby, what do you think?
What's the stand for? You have no idea. So
Slope. So we gotta find the slope. All right. How am I gonna find that, Carly? How am I gonna find the slope?
You do 0 minus -1 and 6 minus 8.
0 minus -1, 6 minus 8. All right. What does that give us? First, okay, Addie?
-1/2.
Okay, that gives me 1/-2, which we can just make -1/2. So you got one positive, one negative. Don't kick that negative up to the numerator and put it out in front. You really don't write it as 1/-2. Even though it starts out that way, make it -1/2. All right, now from here, you got y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. We use m equals -1/2, and you pick a point. I know which point Mr. Parker would pick.
Oh yeah.
Okay, what point are you picking, Ryan?
6-0.
Yeah, I picked the same thing. They're both, there's no negatives, and it has a 0. Zeros are nice ones. All right, now, how am I plugging this in? Okay, Alex?
Y equals.
Ooh, not y equals. Or wait, you were a little bit ahead of the game. Look at you. Go the whole thing. I'm a little slow. Okay, tell me specifically what to put in each spot. So I get this y, and then what goes where y1 is?
0. So you just put Y equals.
Well, I'm still going to do that just because. I will make it that in a minute. Then what else?
And then -1/2.
Okay.
And then x minus 6.
Okay, x minus 6. All right, now Alex was a little bit ahead of the game, which I like. He says y minus 0 is just y. 100% right. So the last thing I need to do is distribute this -1/2, and I get -1/2 x. -1/2 times -6 is +3. Last thing though, because what did it say in the directions? It says write it as a what? Linear function. So the only thing I got to do is I got to make this f of x equals -1/2 x plus 3. Okay, -1/2 x plus 3. All right, here's what you need to do. We're not going to do that last one, Diana, so you can slow down. Okay, I'm going to give you a assignment off of Canvas, online one. You have these notes out and have yesterday's notes out. So you're going to go to the Big Ideas Algebra book, and it'll have 4.2 homework. Now, a couple things. You have the back of this sheet for today's notes. You can do your work on there. You need to do your work somewhere. We're going to count this as right or wrong. Like, you just can't turn in 10 wrong problems and get credit. Okay? It gives you 2 or 3 times to fix your answer. So if you just guess, we're going to make you go back and do it. Okay? So go through there, write down the work, and it's going to be basically probably the last couple of days. Now, if you're unsure on the process or understanding how to input things, what we can do is go through and help you a little bit just with the computer. But I want you to get used to doing some assignments like this. So go there. If you have trouble finding, let me know, but it should pop up on your assignments. Go to the Big Ideas book. And yep, section 4.2 homework. There we go.